Now, local news about local people. This is Newslink Indiana.
Hello, thanks for joining us on newslinkindiana.com for Friday, January 13th, 2006. I'm Jennifer Fike. A Portland woman is dead after an early morning fire. It happened around 12:30 this morning at the home at the 200 block West 1st Street. 44-year-old Brenda Johnson died in the fire. Another occupant of the house managed to escape.
The damage on the house is a total loss. It was basically a small structure, approximately 12, 14 by 16 long, 20 long. The fire started all around the bed.
Investigators are still trying to determine the cause of the fire. Ending most telephone regulations will create more competition and lower phone bills, according to Governor Mitch Daniels. Newslink Indiana's Hillary Brown explains what this means to consumers.
Consumers may soon see a change in their phone bills. A new bill, supported by the governor, wants to deregulate residential phone service and allow companies to set their own rates by 2009. Consumer groups say this will raise rates and lower customer service quality. But Dom Caristi, a member of the Digital Policy Institute at Ball State, says only customers wanting the most basic phone service may see their rates rise. And those customers are few in today's digital world.
The irony of this is, are we trying to regulate a phone industry affecting 99% of the population because of that 1% of the population that might be negatively impacted?
Lawmakers hope the new bill will increase competition between state and national phone companies. And an increase in competition means lower rates for customers, says Tim Mills, president of independent telephone cooperative Hancock Telecom. And the competition would not just be from other phone companies, it would include cable companies too.
It would level our playing field here. We also compete against Insight and Comcast and Bright House on the TV side, and we feel it would just level that playing field.
In Muncie, Hillary Brown, Newslink, Indiana.
Similar deregulation bills were proposed before, but new additions that include promoting new technology in rural areas could help the bill pass this time around. And a Jay County teacher turned himself in on charges he had inappropriate contact with a student. Police say 31-year-old Greg Hemmelgarn transmitted sexually explicit pictures of himself over his cell phone to a 16-year-old girl and also touched her inappropriately. Hemmelgarn was
We're appalled at the alleged misconduct of an employee. We believe our students need to always be safe and secure in the environment of the schools, and we entrust the employees of the school district to.
Hemmelgarn was a 6th grade social studies teacher at East J Middle School. The funeral business could become one of the fastest growing industries in the next few years. Indiana's Jason Quick explains why.
You're asking young people who are at various levels of their personal development and who tend to go from one task to another very freely and very quickly, to give a considerable amount of attention, focused attention, for 3 hours and 45 minutes on a Saturday morning.
The baby boomer generation is starting to age, and that will mean more funerals. And that could lead to greater profits for the industry, from those who sell caskets to funeral directors.
It's not for everybody. You have to, I think it takes a special type of people to work in the funeral industry.
Someone who isn't in it for the money.
Funeral home business is more personally rewarding than anything. If you don't enjoy what you do in serving the families and helping someone in a time of need, the lucrative standpoint of that means nothing.
With the baby boomer generation aging, only one question remains. With all the people dying, where will they all be buried? Probably not Indiana, according to Shaheen Borna, who has studied the funeral home business.
This person has to look at the population trend within that location. Perhaps Muncie, Indiana, for example, is not going to benefit from this baby boom generation in the following sense, that people will go to Florida or Arizona and retire.
And that could mean a reverse trend for Midwest funeral homes, with fewer people getting into the business. In Muncie, Jason Quick, Newslink, Indiana.
Owners of funeral homes in Delaware County say they're ready for more business over the next several years. And now we have a look at weather with Aaron. Aaron, Friday the 13th, very unlucky, but tell me this weekend's going to have a little bit more luck.
Well, it depends on what you like in your forecast. We're going to see pretty cloudy temperatures throughout the evening, but that rain that we're seeing throughout the day changing over to snow. Taking a look at some roller coaster temperatures, rather. Friday's high of 53 degrees only came at 4 a.m. Now this weekend we'll see a much cooler weekend and a return to more seasonal temperatures, but by the beginning of the work week, we could see a slight warm-up. Now, today's almanac, again, we saw that high of 53 degrees reached at 4 a.m. Our low was around our current temperature of 48 degrees. Now, normally our high, 31, that's what we're expecting to see for our low this evening here in Muncie. Now, Indianapolis, you're a little bit warmer at 35, 29 degrees in Lafayette. Temperatures aren't going to rebound too much across the region tomorrow. 36 in Muncie, 38 in Bloomington, you're one of the warmer spots on the map, 35 only in Lafayette. Now you can see why these temperatures will be held in check by precision cast. We're showing some remnants of this low throughout the area. This precipitation going to change over to snow throughout the evening before it clears out pretty well on Saturday. Next chance of clouds moving in throughout the day on Sunday. So about kickoff time for the Colts game, we'll see some clouds moving in. They shouldn't be too bad. It'll allow our temperatures to rebound just a little bit. Next chance of rain coming in throughout the evening on Monday. And you can see out to your west a pretty significant storm system beginning to move in, something we're going to have to keep our eye on throughout the next few days. Now, for tonight, we'll see that rain continuing, changing to snow, an inch or two of accumulation before you wake up in the morning, 31 degrees for the low. Big story, winds out of the north-northwest at 15 to 25 miles an hour, so that can make some blowing snow. Roads could be pretty hazardous. Gusts up to 37 miles an hour. For tomorrow, much colder. Again, that snow is going to taper off and it will remain very windy. Only 36 degrees for your high, so again, more seasonable temperatures. And that wind going to stay very strong, 15 to 25 miles an hour. Once again, your 5-day forecast showing that brief warm-up I was talking about. Sunday, 42 degrees. On Monday, for Martin Luther King Day, we'll see a high of 47 before a chance of rain moves in early in the evening. Shouldn't be too strong until we get through the day on Tuesday. Temperatures are going to fall off again early part of next week. So if you like the cooler temperatures and more wintry temperatures, then you really will be in luck.
Well, you know, the only luck I really worry about are the Colts, and even if it's snowing outside, at least they're inside. Exactly. Thank you, Erin. Thank you. And it's a dream come true for 3 Anderson siblings collaborating on an animated movie. Today, the trio was home for a special premiere. Newslink Indiana's Beth Campus has more.
After 3 years of shooting and numerous hours of preparation, the Edwards siblings have created a fairy tale everyone will recognize.
We looked at a lot of different stories, but Red Riding Hood seemed pretty simplistic enough that we could add our own stuff to it, but known enough, universally known, that everybody around the world would remember that story.
Todd and Corey Edwards and their sister Katie Hooten graduated with different forms of communication degrees from Anderson University, but found a common bond in creating an animated but adult-humored fairy tale.
And we have the benefit of having a shorthand there from making movies since we were children on the weekends in the neighborhood.
To finishing each other's sentences.
Anderson University has prepared this brother-sister team to direct, write, and produce their upcoming film, Hoodwinked. Hoodwinked was created in the imagination of Todd and Corey. Todd also created most of the soundtrack, while Katie added the loud screams heard in the movie. Together, the trio has made a movie they hope will appeal to adults and children.
Like, it's smart and it's sarcastic, but we are definitely amused by it. There are jokes in there for our generation, but you know, it's got fuzzy animals in it, so the kids will like it too.
In Anderson, Beth Campus, Newslink, Indiana.
Hoodwinked opened today in 2,400 theaters nationwide. And that is Newslink Indiana. Please feel free to join us on Monday here at newslinkindiana.com.